in this video, I have a saying about giving a rat's ass that's kind of funny. That how can you give a rat's ass? The ass of the rat isn't yours to give, so let the rat keep his ass. Or you can pick up a rat and hand him to somebody else ass first, and yes, you're giving a rat's ass. And if the other person wants to accept the rat ass first, to give a rat's ass, you're sort of offering up the rat's ass, and it's up to the other person if he wants to accept. So I'll have another saying too, that in some certain things, that if a rat's ass should really be offered or even given about a particular subject. So that's what I say about tolerance to a certain thing. You can say sometimes you give a shit. There's some and I also have a thing where I say there's certain aspects of giving a shit or giving a fuck. It's not that I don't give a shit or give a fuck. It's there's some aspects of giving a shit or giving a fuck that I don't give a shit or a fuck about. And at any given time, when and where should a rat's ass be given, or a fuck be given, or a shit be given, or even offered? You know what I mean?
Alright, what's up, yins, guys? Time for another video. Yeah, another gun control video. This one, I've been back and forth how I wanted to start it off and approach it. I ended up getting sidetracked looking through all kind of other articles. Bunches of other articles. I was looking for a particular person and a name. I was originally looking for that guy that back when Jim Quinn used to be still on FM radio in my area. That Jim Quinn talked about this guy, the one radical communist anti-NRA journalist, like a real coward. There was a name. What got me is I was looking for a name and specifics, and I was looking for him because I wanted to find out who he was. But Jim Quinn was talking about how he was just bashing the NRA and saying what he would do, which, by the way, that's what I'm trying to get at, the hypocrisy. Him and certain other, well, he brought up Media Matters and all that. If you try to go Google it, something you heard a long time ago, you're going to get stuff on Media Matters and all these journalists and the badge of honor that these journalists say they have for being on the NRA enemies list and shit like that. But what I'm talking about is where I would actually have respect for you if you were totally anti-gun. Only one way. Bear with me. For example, if you're not like one of them people I'm talking about, that you do research on these different journalists, how they all wear a badge of honor, right, being on the so-called NRA enemies list. And if you only bash the NRA and bash other gun owners and people go target shooting people they don't even fucking know that they never met, if you're one of those people and you don't have the balls to bash people of all races that commit crimes with guns, both black and white, that's out there, if you're some ignorant dumbass that for example, just in my Pittsburgh news alone, every day black on black shootings, how black people kill other black people for stupid shit, and white people do the same shit too. And I'm sure you can see articles on other places, different areas of this country where certain groups of rednecks don't like each other. There's even these what do you call it? The different types of Nazi tattooed types that they're not all together, that don't like each other, different gangs that actually don't like each other, and there's some major ones that run a whole prison system in a certain area. Shit, all you gotta do is watch the series Gangland. But if you're a radical leftist, you're probably looking at you ever wonder these people that ever watched the radical leftist, the faces they probably make if they watched an episode or two of Gangland? Where they probably saying that it's just all fake, it's all made up. Even though Aryan nations and certain people were on there, and a lot of other groups that are on there, there was so many different groups, many races. If you go and look it up, different group all over the world. All right, not to rattle on too much, but remember the late George Carlin talked about, he rattled off all of them. He talked about all over the world, listed them right down to the and George Carlin videos you can just go and look for right now. He said the Japanese Yakuza, Chinese Mafia, there was, well, we know them all, Mexican Mafia, Russian Mafia, all these different drug cartel groups, both black or white, different kind of people. Whole list of these people. But you got these dang, she's leftist on blogs. You got to wonder if these people are for real or just trolling, even in real life. You ever talk to these people in real life without any of their friends, a particular person? And I'm not even no member of the NRA or anything either. I'm no registered member of any kind, and I just believe you're right. You right to bear arms, but I do believe there are idiots that are too stupid to have a gun. You ever see these people that accidentally shot themselves or? Oh, and there's another thing on this list too. These that was making my Pittsburgh news quite often lately. These dumb asses that leave their cars unlocked and guns get stolen, which they're doing that fucking shit on purpose. You know how there have been stories about people that are buying guns, legitimately buying guns, deliberately leaving in cars so somebody stole them, but actually there was money changing hands. Oh yeah, you give me this money, leave it unlocked, the car unlocked. I'll just leave the car unlocked and say it was stolen, used, scratch and zero. They don't even say it, all that on the news, that's what's going on, but they're doing that shit on purpose, those kind of people. I know there were some really heavily pro-gun people that might get a lump. If it's any consolation to any of these leftists, diehard leftists, I do have a belief that I'd upset some people on the other side if I said, if you're a dumbass that's gonna carry a gun and leave it in a car unlocked, it looks like you're doing it on purpose. Either you're doing it on purpose, or some asshole, you accepted money from some asshole, reported stolen, or you're so dumb that you shouldn't even fucking have a gun. One or the other. But Charles Bronson said in the movie, with the mafia guys, oh, does guns make you nervous? He goes, no, idiots can go with guns make me nervous. But anyway, you get these guys. I think I even heard stories about like Jim Carrey and blogs. I heard it on everything from YouTube videos, the radio shows. Jim Carrey getting all pissed. He was definitely anti-gun. The people that I have no respect. If you were anti-gun, I would have respect for you if you have the guts, like I says, to bash other people besides, the pro-gun owners. Not some asshole that I get you alone without your friends and I ask you questions and I talk about the different drive-by shootings that these honor killings, these both black and white different gang members do with each other, and you're gonna look straight ahead, or roll your eyes, or your eyes glaze over, and you either don't answer me, or if you don't do the rolling eye tactic, you do the talking over me in the middle of a sentence tactic to avoid my question, then I have no respect for you. You know what I mean? And I'll get back to the ones that the journalists that bash just the NRA because they want to get clout from their friends. If you got this far in this video, my case with that is, yeah, you can bash the NRA. They're not going to do anything to you. They're even making the NRA out to be something that they're thugs that they're standing. NRA is a bunch of thugs they're standing up to. These journalists are standing up to the NRA. The NRA are thugs. But these people that be saying that shit, they don't, I guarantee you, they don't dare talk about certain names of certain gang members, certain gangs that shoot each other and do armed robberies and everything else. They won't speak out boldly in their little newspaper columns there about them because they're too damn scared. Because everybody knows their name of them as a journalist because they sign their name. They proudly have their name on that column when they bash the NRA and bash other gun owners. But if they were to talk about these certain gangs that literally they're so fucked up and narcissistic that they risk going to prison, they actually come after you and shoot you. I guarantee you that's why they don't say anything about them. That right there shows you what the cowards that they really are. And yeah, shame on people that go and shoot unarmed people, like go into schools or shoot up a synagogue, or that asshole that a bunch of years back went into a theater in a Batman movie and shot up a bunch of unarmed people. One person with a pistol in his belt could have ended that thing really quick. But oh, and that asshole, Bowers, yeah, that guy shot up the synagogue. And what about that asshole that I got that hotel room up there and broke the window away and shot up a bunch of people in a country music concert? Because whatever the hell reason, he evidently had a lot of money and he still wasn't happy. He was able to go gambling any time he wanted or whatever. Or maybe the asshole was going to go broke too. But evidently money didn't get him happiness. He went out and gambled. This guy that shot up these bunch of people reeked of somebody that had money but yet was miserable, didn't want to see anybody else having a good time, so he shot up a bunch. Shame on that guy. I mean, you get just like the Sylvester Stallone movie Cobra. Yeah, any idea on the guy? Just another asshole that woke up hating the world. Yeah, you're gonna get that. How the hell are you gonna take every single registered gun off of actual law-abiding citizen gonna do anything it's not? Because the criminal nature of people, the criminal does what he does. Get a stolen gun, or even if he can't get one of them ghost guns off the internet, which I particularly would give me a creeps that damn near anybody, that somebody's fucking kid can go buy. I mean, I particularly don't agree with it. There's people that know how, even without that shit, there's crazy assholes that know how to make firearms out of shit out there too, that make their own. But well, there are people too that were stupid enough to try shit like that, to make shit like out of their own and get themselves killed too, which they freaking deserve it. You know, if they were gonna do a criminal act. But yeah, make no mistake about it. These people are pieces of shit, you know, and they deserve to be called pieces of shit. And but if say you're coward enough to be a journalist and all these other people, and you don't want to talk about the other people that are going around shooting people, like gang members, drug-related shootings, you know. Yeah, we had an article I showed over there too. The Hazelwood mob was one of them, and all that. Yeah, you see some of these people, like one of them was the Hazelwood mob, and there was different kind of groups. Well, Rico is being beefed up, and they're getting all these gang members. Some of them are rappers and musicians. Not attacking anybody because of their race, but we had over in Pittsburgh too, two black guys having their little honor fighting drive by shooting at each other, trying to shoot somebody or other, and shot somebody's kid. Yeah, what a piece of shit. He didn't even get who he was after. He shot somebody's kid, which also was black. And what about the guy in Pittsburgh? The people in Pittsburgh that I feel sorry for that black woman that was crying. Shot her mother dead. You think she was blaming the shootings on white supremacy and the NRA? Hell no. And you have all these stories about people in these other cities, you know, some of them black, they're actually scared of other gangs that are actually going to shoot them or whatever, you know, they don't even want to be that way. I think I saw this TV show on it. They're getting these illegal guns. There's people the same color as them. Just out there, you know, there's so many people, what is that, freaking Chicago, and there's some of these other cities that's like really out of control. There you can just listen. There's so fucking many articles, you know, hard to get your head around. But yeah, and then to try to go do the totalitarian communist approach, yeah, good luck with that. very costly thing to do. You got to go in every single buddy's house, But there are some people calling for that, with all the gang violence or whatever. And they got the RICO law going, I think, full force now, and people are getting mad. Oh, and then there's another video I'll do later, which that would be a lot too much talking right now. How the far right and far left, who both are set really against the facial recognition cameras and all that. I think if you're on the right, you really don't have to worry as much as you think you do. Even though I was younger, I listened to Alex Jones and a lot of these other different people. The far right is correct in a sense where the facial recognition stuff, yeah, the wrong people, they want to use it to single you out and harass you for your beliefs. But the far left have been getting recognized for hating facial recognition more. Some people saying it's racist now. All the gang members, the Antifa people, gang members, and the people that are what's that word? That they're complicit. Yeah, the far left was saying complicit. They're using that in racial finger pointing there. But yeah, what about the people who are complicit sympathizers with the criminal gangs and all that stuff too, and people like that? They seem to hate facial recognition and surveillance with a passion because they don't want anybody seeing the shit they're doing. They're mad because they can't get away with their shit. So both sides. But well, yeah. There's before I end this video too, I also get. Oh, I'm just trying to tell you, if you got this far in this video, like that one asshole that didn't answer me back, that one bald-headed asshole, if that's his real picture on there, said what he actually called me there. He used that one word for far right, with far right articles I have been reading or whatever. So I'm all laughing, but I showed a video laughing about it. No, I'm actually looking at a lot of other things. I'm not looking at far right stuff at all. I'm actually looked at a lot of black gentlemen on YouTube, some of them who say they did time in prison and they're trying to straighten people out, who are telling people that the gangster way is not the way to do it. And RICO's going to get you, and today's surveillance is going to get you. I've been paying a lot more attention to that, but anyway, I say, like, nice try. I look at a little bit of everything, you know what I mean? Yeah, right wing, yeah. What kind of right wing? And he named a few names. I'm like, with his narcissistic, far left self, you know what I mean? Yeah, what right? Yeah, you know what? And you know what? I also get too the conservative thing. You look at me. Do I look like a fucking conservative Bible thumper to you? But I had a lot of training and a lot of religious literature. I've been here and there, but right wing. Well, there's actually a guy with long hair over there, Sticks Hex and Hammer 666, who's way more articulate than me, and he thinks pretty highly of himself. Wonder what they call him, some kind of right wing or whatever. And well, there's other people like on YouTube with that look like me or don't look quite like me, not as gray. Maybe their hair is long, but it's not as gray. You know what I mean? Some that I listen to. They got better hair than me and not as gray and not quite as bald on top. But yeah, right wing. It's like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. I like in the way the far left and these other kind of different special interest groups want to tell me to educate myself. Yeah, I educate myself, not the way you fucking want me to educate myself. I look at certain black gentlemen on YouTube that are not woke far leftist shitbags like the rest of these people that are trying to warn other people the same colors of them and other people who want to listen that, yeah, like I said, that the gangster and shoot people is not the way to go. But yeah, it's all out there if you want to look at it. But these far left, they're totally anti-NRI people, or like these they have the tendency that if any people that believe in that shit that you meet in real life, like I said, they have the tendency to roll their eyes at you, look straight ahead, glaze over at you, interrupt you when you're talking or whatever. But I mean, it's just hypocrisy.